ding. Hello. You gonna roll that back out of my nose there?
Stop it.
Stop it. Oh, okay. All right, so I'm in the 8530. I have absolutely no hay down, absolutely no hay raked, and absolutely no hay to bale, but a neighbor does. So he's got two Heston equivalents. I think they're the case 8989, 8585, or whatever the hell it is. Anyway, he's got two of them over there, and he wants me to come over and bale alongside of them to see the difference. And I'm just chomping at the bit because I have never baled straw with this baler. I mean, pure straw. I did some stubble and stuff, and it turned out pretty good. But I'm just anxious to put this bugger in the field and just eat case for lunch. But anyways, because, you know, that's what he runs tractor-wise. Okay, so there's some things I didn't mention in the first part or the second part or any of the parts of this video. This field is it's double crop. He's taking this straw off of here, and it's rye straw, obviously. I think I stated that somewhere along the line. And he's going to get it off of here and put soybeans in. It was forecast to rain that night, and it did, and he had one of the big balers that he was going to bale with had broken down. The knotters weren't working too well, and he also had problems with this baler. But we had been talking about this for about 3 weeks, about me coming up and baling the straw for him so he could get his soybeans planted in a timely fashion. Now, I believe this was on the 21st or the 22nd of June, and he just really needed to get those beans in. So it just made sense. You know, he called me up and said, hey, you want a video opportunity, and I'll pay you to bale this straw for me, you know, so I can get my soybeans planted. Now, that case baler is old. I mean, it is. I think it's a 92. He had one that was like an 89 and another one that's a 92. I'm not sure which one this is. But, you know, we're talking old, 25 plus years old, these balers. And, to go up against a brand new Krone baler, it's, kind of outclassed with the Krone. But, hey, like I said later in the video, that his is paid for, mine is not. I get a lot more work done in a day, but at a cost that he doesn't have. I have to pay that note once a year I pay that note. But yeah, it was quite impressive, the amount of hay that I could put in that 3x4. I haven't weighed his bales yet, but I averaged somewhere around 950 pounds on a 7-foot bale of dry rye straw. You can tell by the dust that's flying off of here. He had tucker finger problems, which I will explain later in the video, but that really kind of slowed us down. I did the majority of the baling, but man, I'll tell you what, he got the beans in by 9 o'clock that night. He was done.
Ow.
Okay, so I am baling this. This is unharvested rye straw. As I said earlier, we were going to have a little bit of a show off, and there's just no comparison to an old baler versus the Krone. I've had to stop twice over a tripped stuffer. Really nothing to say other than I have shrunk the bales down to 84 inches so that they fit into his walking floor trailer and dump trailer. Still producing a 920 to 970 pound bale of rye straw. It is dry. It is actually very dry. You can see here, 1,392 pounds of pressure. I could bump it up higher. It's, this is probably running 15 to 18% moisture away. If it was hay, that's what it would be if it was in my field. They're just pounding them. With the windrows that he's got here, they're freshly raked, so they're taller than they would be if you had raked them earlier. So it looks like there's actually more here than what there really is. But man, this baler's eating. I'm probably going 2-to-1 for his baler versus mine. Not that we're having a major race or a super competition, but it was really just he needs to get this rye off so he can get his soybeans planted. And he asked me before we had the last rain if I would help him out, and of course I said yes. And then he said, hey, why don't you come up and videotape it? Now, in his defense, his baler was built sometime in about 1989. So a 1989 4x4 case, I think it's 85. He's doing pretty well. I mean, the bale chambers have been worked. He's got plastic slides in there. He's doing good, but you know what? He's not going to get done and get these beans in the ground if someone doesn't help him out, and that's just the way this is going to work. So everything's going really well. And Teresa, go ahead and film right over the hood of that tractor. You can see the size of these windrows. We're right over the middle here. And you can see, everybody can see just how fat they are from side to side. And this is unharvested rye straw. Been rained on a couple of times, and it's really doing a good job. Hopefully it gets his baler going again. It looks like he's got some nodder troubles, and I'll probably film the rebale of that bale that he has made that broke. And I've got a sneaking suspicion that I'm going to put every bit of that bale into one of mine. Because that bale that just came off the back was 926 pounds. And yeah, so that's all good, right? Right. That's all good. We're having fun. This is just kind of fun. It's exciting because I've never had two balers run in the same field, and it's kind of a shame that he's got problems. But
I got your windshield wipers on there.
I'm sorry.
To my way.
Yeah, so now we got equal parts red and green. I don't know if it'll grab them or not. I should. I mean, I'm pretty sure you should be able to grab them. Yeah, he had tucker finger problems.
Who have tucker finger?
On his baler, he had a tucker finger break. So he had to disengage one of them. With the 6 ties, you can really. Oh yeah, look at this. Tim knows how to level them out, doesn't he?
Stackmaster Mr. Tim.
Stackmaster Tim. That's right. I mean, we're making some pretty heavy ones.
Rebaling the broken.
Either gonna eat it like it wasn't there, or it's gonna cause me an ass ache. That's the way these things go.
I think she's eating it.
I think it's gonna just eat it.
Yeah.
Goes over. Bang, bang, bang. It is. Almost 60 bales. What I found.
What did you find?
String. you see there's the New Holland had this open too.
Oh, yeah?
You know, but the first New
so
Holland...
it kicks it out the side.
Yeah, it kicks it out the side.
Oh, okay.
But where the bearing is, where that track is,
Yeah.
I've seen it, I had it happen once. And that built up about that deep in there. Went in with a scraper and scraped it off.
Lucky you got it out.
Oh, well, I had to eject it. Yeah.
Did you get some footage of Mary?
Not much. She was pretty quick. She was like...
It's going to be on there from Pequot.
Okay, so, yeah, I think I'm going to add a little bit more to this. It was 1 hour and about 10 minutes to do those 25 acres between the two balers. Frank had trouble with his. He had a tucker finger issue, which he straightened out and was able to continue to bale. He couldn't bale as tight as he'd like to because of the tucker finger issue. He just disengaged the one tucker finger and cut the string for that particular knotter and loosened it up a bit so he can just keep going and get it off, because he wanted to get that straw off of there so he can get soybeans in, which that's what he's doing probably right now. I bet the drill is running. Timothy finished up stacking the bales that were there that I had baled. I baled 84 bales. They were 7 feet long. I cut them down because he puts them in a walking floor. I may have said that earlier, but yeah, puts them in a walking floor, takes them down, brings mushroom compost back, spent compost back, and that's what he uses as fertilizer for his soybeans, which works very well. It's just a lot cheaper to do that than it is to buy the commercial fertilizers. So anyways, I had a lot of fun doing that. It was, as Teresa calls me, it's your ego. You were stroking your ego. Well, maybe a little bit, and I'm not too you know, I don't know, whatever. I figured it was worth a mention anyway. But no, it just shows the difference in how balers have come along in the last 20 years. And I'm sure if I was up against a Heston baler that was new, like this one, you know, and this one here is actually a year old. This is year 2 with this one. And I'm sure there's upgrades to the new Krone ones. But if I was up against a brand new Heston, I still would have kicked its ass, but it wouldn't have been quite as dramatic as what that was. But all in all, his balers are paid for. Mine are not. Mine is not. I'll never completely pay for this baler. It will be turned over in 2 years. I'll have this year, next year, and possibly a total of 4 seasons in this baler before I get rid of it. But yeah, so that's it. I'll never pay for it. It's a 5-year note. I'll have it for 4 seasons, and then it goes down the road. It's made me enough money by that point that it was well worth the ownership of the baler. So anyways, that's it for that. Thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe for more. And I hope I get to do that again, because it was a lot of fun.